Hi, and welcome to another story time brought to you by ABC Read and ABC Learn, in which we are here to help develop and nurture that love of reading in every child as well as every adult. How is everyone doing out there today? Evening time, mid-afternoon, morning time, whatever time it is, wherever you are on the globe. I hope that you all have read or you're planning to read for at least 30 minutes today. All right, that's what's up. Well, of course, before we get started with our read aloud, I want to share with you all some great information about how you can get your child to become an early reader. All right. And it comes from this book, which you all have seen me. If you've seen my other videos, you've seen me reference before. This is a great book about helping you guys get better with reading aloud, okay? It's called the Read Aloud Handbook. Quite simple, right? By Jim Trelease. Please get your notebooks, paper, pencil, pen, whatever you need to write on, because this right here is very important. These are 4 factors, okay, that will help to have your child become an early reader, all right? Number 1. The child is read to on a regular basis. Now, you know that's what's up. That's one of the reasons why you're here, right? That you all come to our channel. And I thank you, our 70 subscribers. We thank you so much. And we hope that we are continuing to benefit you all. Sorry, just had to put that in there. The child is read to on a regular basis is number 1. Number 2, a wide variety of printed material, books, magazines, newspapers, comics, is available in the home. All right. We talked about that, right? Print rich, right? We want books all around them, right? That's what's up. Number 3, paper and pencil are readily available for the child. Okay. So that's for when, if, for example, if you want your child to write down or draw pictures about a story that they have read or you have read to them. All right. So you want them to keep that habit. That's a great habit. I actually keep a notebook and a pen with me when I am reading books so I can take notes as well. All right. So that's a great habit to have. And number 4, the people in the child's home stimulate the child's interest in reading and writing by answering endless questions, praising the child's efforts at reading and writing. To me, this is very, very crucial. All of them are crucial, but this one right here is great because number 1, especially when you have your child asking a lot of questions, a lot of times sometimes as parents, we get a little frustrated, like, oh my goodness, here they go with another question. But guess what? When they're asking questions, that means that they are thinking. Okay, so you want them to keep asking questions. All right, that is awesome. Also, praising the child when they have done well when it comes to reading and writing, that's something you want to definitely make a habit. We tend to praise them on things, for example, if they did well in sports, or if we want to, say, oh man, we're giving them props when it comes to their new shoes or new outfits, or when it comes to birthdays and different things of that nature. That stuff is fine. That's great. But when it comes to that reading and that writing, you want to make sure that they see that you place that at high value. Okay. All the other stuff is great, but you got to have that reading and writing at a high value. Okay. It has to be at the top of your value ladder, if you will. All right. So recap: a child is read to on a regular basis. Number 1. Number 2, a wide variety of printed material is already in the home. All right. Books, magazines, you name it. Oh, sorry. Number 3, paper and pencil are readily available for the child. Right. And number 4, the people in the child's home are stimulating the child's interest in reading and writing by answering endless questions, praising the child's efforts at reading and writing. All right, y'all. Let's do this. Holla, holla, holla. Let's do this. Say what? Say what? Look at this awesome book. Y'all know I get pumped about books. Y'all know this. All right. Let's read the title together. Daniel Finds a Poem. The author, his name is Micah Archer. All right. When you look at this awesome cover of this book, what are your predictions? What do you think this story is going to be about? You see the little boy, it looks like he's laying on a rock, right? Looks like he's outside, right? You see the trees, right? You see the little chipmunk, right? So Daniel finds a poem. Where do you think Daniel is going to find a poem? Another question. What is a poem? What makes a poem? Well, I believe that the answers to these questions are going to be right here inside this book. So you all start thinking, about what do you think the story is going to be about and what answers they are as far as what things that they're going to be talking about as far as Daniel finding a poem. I'm sorry, got a little jumbled with my words there, but that's all right. We keep it moving. All right, so let's get started. Let's go. I'm ready. Y'all ready? I'm ready. This is the title page. Daniel knows all the rocks, trees, and animals in the park. On Monday morning, Daniel sees something new on the park gate. A sign reads, "Poetry in the park Sunday at 6 o'clock." "What is poetry?" Daniel says. He looks up in surprise when he hears Spider say, "To me, poetry is when the morning dew glistens." On Tuesday, Daniel climbs the old oak tree. He sees Squirrel. "Squirrel, do you know what poetry is?" "Poetry is when crisp leaves crunch," Squirrel tells him. On Wednesday, Daniel calls into Chipmunk's hole. "Chipmunk, can you tell me what poetry is?" "Poetry? Poetry is a home with many windows and an old stone wall." Y'all like my voices? On Thursday, Daniel makes a boat with a leaf for a sail and watches the wind carry it across the pond. He calls quietly to Frog. "Excuse me, Frog, what is poetry?" "Ribbit. Hey, my man. Poetry," says Frog, "is a cool pool, Ribbit, to dive into. Ribbit." On Friday, Daniel parts the cattails and finds Turtle. "Hello, Turtle. I have a question. Do you know what poetry is?" "I think poetry is sun-warmed sand," Turtle says. On Saturday afternoon, Daniel finds Cricket in the shade of the slide. When the shadows are long, Cricket fills the air with music. Is this poetry to you, Cricket? Singing at twilight when the day is done? Indeed it is, Daniel. That night, moonlight fills Daniel's room. He hears a whoo leaning from his window. He calls to Owl. Owl, what is poetry? poetry. Poetry is bright stars in the branches, moonlight on the grass, and silent wings to take me wherever I go. Good night, dear Daniel, she whispers, and flies off into the night. On Sunday, the sun wakes up Daniel. He is happy when he remembers it's Sunday. Today is poetry in the park, says Daniel, and I have a poem. Do you all have any predictions out there? What do you think Daniel's poem is going to be? Morning dew glistens. Crisp leaves crunch. There's a home with many windows in the old stone wall. Cool pools to dive in. Sun-warmed sand to lie in. Singing at twilight when the day is done. Bright stars in the branches. Moonlight on the grass. And silent wings to take me wherever I go. On the way home, Daniel stops to watch the sunset sky reflecting in the pond. That looks like poetry to me. To me too, says Dragonfly. The end. Well, what did you all think about that story? What do you all think that the author's purpose was for writing this story? Well, if you've guessed that the author's purpose was to basically show us and let us know that poetry is what you define poetry is. It's what you make poetry, right? Remember how Daniel, throughout the story, he was asking the different animals and the creatures about what is poetry? And everyone, they gave their answers, right? They compared poetry to different things that they could relate to, right? They were using in the story what are called metaphors, okay? So I hope that you all understand a little bit more about poetry. And remember, when you write a poem, again, it does not have to rhyme. And it is what you make it. So if you all share with me in the comments section below about what are some ideas about what you believe poetry is, I would love to read about them. And remember to like, subscribe, and share our videos, and to keep reading for at least 30 minutes a day. Remember, we're in this together because we are having a reading revolution. Go to our website as well, abclearn1.com. That's abclearn1.com for more reading tips, all right? And a whole bunch of information out there about getting you guys wanting to read and become successful readers. Happy reading.